Hi, this is Charter Training Center. Today we are going to look at double taxation. Alright, I'm sure most of us are familiar with this concept. So we are going to look at the definition of double taxation. Alright, then we'll also look at the types of double taxation. And we'll look at the causes of double taxation. Alright, so these are the things we are going to look at in this lesson. Alright, so under normal circumstance, tax systems, the tax systems are designed to achieve single taxation. Okay, so it means that the income of a person, okay, the income of a person ideally should be taxed once, okay, not twice or thrice. Okay, so the income of a person ideally should be taxed once. But due to certain conditions, all right, it's difficult for us to achieve this. Okay, that is a situation where the income of a person is taxed only once. Okay, because of certain conditions, it's difficult to achieve this. All right, so because of these conditions, usually the income of a person, okay, one source of income can be taxed more than once. Okay, and this really is a problem. It's problematic for businesses and for individuals because ideally everyone the objective of businesses, though though businesses are obliged to pay tax, but they are not required to pay more than they are expected of them. Likewise, individuals. So when you encounter a situation where you have to pay double tax, then it becomes a problem. All right. So now let's look at the causes of or the types of double taxation, and then we'll look at the causes. All right. So what are the types of double taxation? All right, so double taxation, okay, can be grouped into two types. So one is called economical double taxation. Okay, economical double taxation. The other one is called juridical juridical double taxation. All right, so one may ask, what is economical double taxation? Okay. So, economical double taxation occurs when the income in the hands of a taxpayer is taxed more than once in the same jurisdiction. Okay, economical double taxation. Okay, occurs when the income in the hands of a taxpayer is taxed more than once in the same jurisdiction. Okay, so you are in the same country, but the income you receive is taxed more than once. All right, so for instance, let's say you are a salary worker. Okay, at, at the end of the day or at the end of the month, when you are paid your salary, you pay PAYE, okay, which is a withholding tax. Okay, you pay PAYE on the salary you earn. Okay, so that's one tax that you pay. Then after that, when you are making purchases, let's say You go to the supermarket to buy provisions. All right. In buying the provisions, you also have to pay indirect taxes like VAT, okay, which is also a form of tax. So at the end of the day, you are paying PAYE, you are also paying indirect taxes. All right, so that becomes double taxation. Okay. Another example has to do with companies. Okay, so at the end of the day or at the end of the year, companies pay tax. Companies pay tax on their profits. Okay, they pay tax on their profits. And in Ghana, let's say 25% tax. All right, averagely 25% on the company pay tax on the profits. Now, uh, when the company also pays dividends, okay, from the profits, okay, shareholders also pay tax on the dividend that they receive. So it means that the same profits, first of all, you pay corporate tax on the profits, and when the profit is distributed to shareholders, they also pay withholding tax on that profit, on their same profit. All right, and that's leads towards double taxation, and this type of double taxation is called economical double taxation. All right, now let's look at juridical double taxation. Okay, juridical, juridical double taxation. What is it? All right, so it occurs when more than one country attempt to tax the same income of a person. Okay, more than one country attempt to tax the same income of a person. So let's say that we have one country here, we have another country here, and then we have the taxpayer here. So this is the taxpayer. This taxpayer has received income. Okay, country A wants to tax this income. Country B also wants to tax this income. Alright. So juridical has to do with two countries all attempting to tax the taxpayer. Alright. And what causes this kind of phenomenon? Okay, so this is caused mainly by the conflict between local tax laws, and then let's say international tax laws or the tax law in the foreign country. All right. So let's say that this individual, okay, let's say this country is Ghana. Okay, this individual is a Ghanaian. He stays in Ghana. So it means the income that this individual makes, okay, has to be taxed in Ghana because he stays in Ghana. Now let's say this individual living in Ghana or is a resident in Ghana, okay, has got a contract in another country, okay, in another country, or he has an investment in another country, which let's say this is UK or maybe or London. So in UK, let's say Nigeria. All right, now because this individual is a resident in Ghana, all the income that he earns in Ghana and outside Ghana will be taxed in Ghana. All right. Now this country will also say that because you are making profits or you are making profits in my country, you have to pay tax on the profit that you are making in my country. So this country will also attempt to tax you because you made the profits or you earn the income in that country. So this country will attempt to what, tax you. And Ghana will also say, oh, because you are a citizen of Ghana, so all your income will be what? Will be taxed in Ghana. Alright, so this will bring about double taxation. So this country will tax you, Ghana will also tax you. All right, so um, that's what brings about double taxation. So juridical double taxation is a situation where two countries are all saying they are going to tax you. Okay, one person may say, okay, because you are a resident, I'm going to tax you. One country will say, okay, because you stay in my country, you made the profit in my country, so therefore I'm going to what? I'm going to tax you. All right. So that's juridical double taxation. So now let's look at the causes of double taxation. Okay. So causes of double taxation. All right. So let's look at the different causes. So the main cause of double taxation is as a result of conflicting tax provisions between two countries. Okay, conflicting tax provisions or tax laws. Okay, between two countries. So the tax laws in the two countries are not consistent. They are inconsistent. Okay, it's not consistent in such a way that if one country taxes you, that should be it. Okay, but in this case, the two countries are all saying they are going to what? Tax you because that's what their law says. Alright, so the conflicting tax provisions in different countries leads to double taxation. So let's look at some of these conflicts. What are these conflicting tax provisions? Okay, so one is that, for instance, we have in tax, one important thing we should know is the resident rule. Okay, so resident rule, this is a whole topic on its own. All right, so I'm not going to go into details. But what this means is that if